So, hello everybody, I'm back. Okay, this part 2. I just wanted to make the videos like in these little small packets. This video might not be long as the first one. And that's because I'm transitioning through the energy also. What you see is the layout from part 1. It's not no use to like really have it. If you go look at the first video, you saw it. So, but what I'm going to see here and remove now is Pluto, Jupiter, and Uranus. So, this is another reason why I just wanted to keep it out there, because that means change happened. I'm not saying that those planets is not still busy doing their own thing. What I'm trying to say, change happened with the situationship. So, by the time we get to May the 19th, because this is the energy that I'm pulling up, alright? It's a little chart I showed at the beginning of the video. We is on May 19th, okay? So, this is just really still strictly prediction, you know? What happens when you're not looking at a natal chart. So, within the May 19th period, right now, we left with Saturn being trine to Venus and Saturn in conjunct with Mars. So, anybody feel like they got somebody, a situation that they tired of dealing with, right? Between this week's period of time of May the 11th to May the 19th, a little bit longer than a week because I took the reading from May the 11th. From May the 11th to May 19th, somebody have an opportunity to see the situation clear. Now, with Saturn being in conjunction with Mars, that means that if the lesson ain't complete, you'll know. You're either going through an April Fool's, a prank moment, or something. And it's going to seem like everything is all over with, and then all of a sudden this situation comes back up. Saturn is with it. Like, it's trine with Venus, so it has the ability to put that energy up in there. The in conjunction has the ability to delay it. So, the trine is causing the perfect harmony. So, it's just the harmony of maybe evaluation. Because, Mars and Venus haven't left Capricorn. Woo. Venus has not left Gemini, and Mars have not left Cancer. So it's still in clockwork. They got harmony alone. Once again, like I said in the other video, if you're looking at Gemini comes before Cancer, and we're talking about the zodiac system, they're in perfect alignment. The two. Now, that doesn't mean that this is a time that you can find your soulmate or your true love because of this alignment. No. This can put you on the path. But that don't mean the first person you meet or the person that you with is definitely that person. It don't mean that they can't develop in that person neither. So I know I'm sounding like a whole bunch of riddles. I'm just trying to say, I don't want nobody to say, well, she said this was the perfect moment for my soulmate. And no, it holds that potential. Yes, it does. It holds it, but I don't know you. And you hear me. So why would I give you something false if you haven't came to me for services? So I'm talking to a lot, whoever, nobody, or a lot. I don't know what the algorithm is. But I know I'm using different platforms. I can say what I do know. And it could be an energy of, well, I don't know. This is a lot calmer than the first one. So it is a time out moment. Because I am a lot calmer. It's definitely a time out moment. For real, it's a time to chill, it's a time to relax. So by the 19th, it should be a great evaluation that's going on. To be honest, when it comes to your relationship. I wouldn't expect for, how can I say? If it's not a problem that's really dealt with, or it's a situation that somebody, you seeing change in somebody, and then maybe after this time period they didn't backslide. Now, that's still probably a good test, especially the fact that Venus in trine mood, at the trine mood with Saturn by the 19th. It's just the fact of you taking evaluation in your relationship, and you enjoyed that harmony. But at the same time, how did you enjoy it? Like, did you decide to go out and boast about, yeah, they proved that they love me, they doing this and they doing that, but at the same time, the most that you did was express your feelings. And if you're doing more boasting than you really telling this person or showing this person you appreciate and you recognize the change, well, definitely potentially, and we'll see what the energy is around this time frame. But I do think you need to really be prepared with the fact that the trine and the in conjunction, I in conjunction, okay, is present when it comes to Saturn manipulating both of these planets at the same time. I would definitely try not to be that way unless you're giving gratitude to that person. Because if not, then if that person backslid, that's because the universe felt that your ego was a little cocky. And it might have also, and maybe not cocky, maybe it could be just the universe felt like it was a power trip. Still cocky, but you felt more royalty. It's almost like you didn't keep their word. Keep your word to them, even though you might not have asked them for help. Because, your word was going through the other person about how you feel, and this person decided to step up and make these changes. But yet, because they make those changes, you felt like it was so worthy of you, but you didn't want to put in the maintenance to keep the change. So make sure you evaluate it good by May 19th. Okay? If there's some change, make sure you look at yourself and say, how am I showing this a person that I appreciate their change? Because if your goal is to have this type of peaceful relationship and you don't want to go nowhere and you want it to work out, you got to bend down too if they bend. And because this is an open situation, it don't make a difference if you're a quash washer or whoever you are, you know your role in the relationship. Just make sure you bend and show this person appreciation. Nurture the situation. Don't slack off because a wish is granted. Sometimes we perceive somebody else slacking off or not doing it, but the whole point is on the way y'all communicating and how that person communicate and you accepted them on these communication levels determines a lot. Now, if you going if within a week's period of time, you out here and you mingling and during this past week, from the 11th, in between the 11th to, because this energy is off the 19th, if you mingle and you socializing, with the original energy that's here, that person going to be looking entertaining. They're going to catch your attention or they not. It's going to be really cut and dry. during that time, because you got Uranus and you got Pluto. It's going to be really cut and dry, right? So this is the point of whether you recognize the cut and dry in this situation. So it's either somebody going to maybe feel like they got ghosted. Somebody going to feel like they want to go ahead and try to continue to go further. But it's going to hit a stalemate around this time. It's going to feel like it's a shift in this situation. In y'all situation, it's going to feel something different. And that difference is what you need to pay attention to, because it's coming up as a red flag. It's coming up as a warning sign. And it's not about it being a good warning, because red flags is usually looked at as something horrible. This is just me saying red flag, because if you go to a stoplight and it's red, what are you going to do? You're going to stop. So I'm using it more as in a stoplight. Maybe I need to say it's going to be a red light that you're going to sit in instead of a red flag. You're going to be sitting in a red light or a stop sign that is painted red. And it's time for you to embrace, because you got to understand Mars is still with Cancer and Venus is still with Gemini. Embrace this difference. Is it asking you, is this difference making you feel like you're not important? This person don't like you, you wasted your time. If you're getting these type of self emotions that's coming up, okay, you need a little bit more healing. You need your confidence kind of boost. And during this energy, some confidence should have got boost. And if your confidence got boost because you interacted with this person, then it's letting you know that your confidence is needing of a codependency. It needs a crutch. It needs a bandage. It needs a wound. And it's not to say that this person is not that doctor or that crutch or anything else. It's just to say, walk in there with your responsibility to your baggage of emotions. And don't try to reflect or inflict your harm on somebody else because you have this infliction. Now, the degree of either one or how y'all situations, because you and this person both could have inflictions. How you describe it, whether you feel it's something to be brought up. It's young in this situation here. How do you talk about it? You know, what is the jokes? What is y'all younger? Is there, those things should be factors. But nevertheless, the main important one is to accept the fact you walking in with emotional baggage. And you need to decide on how to unpack it if this is something that you're going to pursue into a situationship, because it's already there. So this red light is going to give you that opportunity to think about it by May 19th. Okay? Now, if you're in a deep committed relationship, once again, what do y'all have going on? Now, by May 19th, if you already used to somebody being bored, or are you a nagging type? Are you a over-caring type that perceives to be nagging? Are you overprotective that perceives to be nagging or worrisome? Is these some of your characteristics? If these are some of your characteristics, by May 19th, you're going to feel this void energy that comes around. Okay, because it's almost like Saturn is in a satellite mode into a great position, and it's not swaying, and it could be because I ain't out in space, but the way I perceive it, it's not really swaying. At least I can't see it as much as Mars and Venus are swaying. And Mars is definitely swaying from the water point of view. Venus is swaying from the air point of view. Okay, when it comes to the elements. Air, we love the breeze. We love a cool breeze, so it makes things move. Water makes things move. So they are swaying. it might give off the optical appearance that Saturn is swaying because of these type of elements, but it's not. Okay, it's kind of stuck a little bit. It's not really moving because it's into the ability, is using the elements' ability to sway. So round on the 19th, if you feeling a sway, this is a good time, because I know I could have this problem. I know I need to work on learning how in a relationship sometimes to shut the fuck up. I'm in one of those nagging categories, for real. So the 19th gonna be great for me to learn how to keep that swaying under control, not to be overassertive, not to get too pressy, antsy, control my anxiety because of this sway feeling that's going to be around. And long-term relationships could even be around your family members, your kids living in your house, your pets living in your house. You might see your pets, because they get affected too. They might just do something funny. Especially if you got your pets involved in social media. They just might want to have a nice little video for you if that's going to make you happy. So just understand that it's a for things that's already in a long-term fixation on a fixed energy type of thing that is going to be apparent here and not apparent. It's still going to be swaying as if it was cardinal. Okay, are mutable, either one. Sometimes people say mutable is the end game of it. Sometimes cardinal is the beginning game of it. But regardless of the fact, these energies is definitely going to be there. But it's fixed inside of it too. It's not just the cardinal and the mutable. The thing is about the fix is your habit. What you normally used to doing, and it could be something that you've been working on changing and not having this habit, in a situation. Don't let the energies intensify too much on the 19th that you forget about what you were trying to change for yourself. That is very important in long-term situations. These are situations that is definitely around and have been for a long time. Kids is around for a long time. May rest in these souls that we believe that left early. But no other than that, we have a longevity with it. Longevity is open for people for discussion and debate at all times. Okay? Now, if I need to say the word single, I don't think yours is going to be different than anything other than whether it's testing your true ability on your definition of being single. So between the 11th and the 19th, whatever your hitting emotions is about really being single can get tested. How can it get tested? Say if you had a hormonal problem, you really haven't been sexually active, but maybe your hormones might pick up. What are you going to do? What type of situation are you going to put yourself in? Maybe the thing is you want a polyamorous type of relationship, but you don't want to be viewed as that person, or maybe you don't have courage to think that you could attract two people to love you and y'all accept all of this at the same time. Maybe you do want it, but maybe you want some special benefits. This is definitely a time period to question the preferences. And I think the catch with questioning the preferences, just to give everybody the stop sign, well, the yellow light in the situation is be cautious, because whatever you feel and whatever you were afraid of doing doesn't mean that other people are. It really doesn't. So if you know that you're afraid of it, it's more better to have a conversation and say, I'm afraid to have that. I got a fear to have that type of relationship. I don't know, like, describe your emotions. Do you feel jealous? Do you feel envy? Do you feel disgusted? Do you feel it's wrong? Do you feel it's right? Maybe you don't want to discuss it with that person, but at least be discussing it inside of your head so you don't violate nobody's personal preferences. Just because you're afraid doesn't mean that I don't find it should be right that because you can't even admit that it probably is something right because you were afraid for that to be right because of your personal point of views. So in the single world, it's a lot that's going on. Everybody has their time to play the game, to be incorporated in this economy. So watch all your actions, take your responsibilities very carefully. 19th is a great day of meditation. I can't say it's the greatest day to get an answer. I don't think a lot of answers will come around. Okay? So we're talking about the 19th, that's a 15. So the 19th represented in the tarot deck, the devil by the major arcana. It's a 15. So that could be helpful. Is that why I said Capricorn earlier? So yeah, that's just me being conscious. So yeah, that numerology aspect of it. And no, I didn't do the numerology on part 2. I just like to floss off at times, but at the same time, I like to stay in my lane. Don't nobody really have to tell me to stay in my lane. I usually got to let people know that they swerved over in my lane. So I hope y'all enjoyed this situationship through astrology. May it help y'all relationships out. The 19th is a good break period. I don't know if it's coming before the 19th, but on the 19th it definitely will be there. Alright? Good luck.